Joining us now to discuss all of this for the first time on the Angle, the Attorney General, Pam Bondi. General Bondi, it's so good to see you. How did you find this guy, and how long has he been in the United States?
He has been in the United States for probably over a decade, but we believe he was recruited in middle school. In middle school, can you believe that? In middle school, but he's been living here illegally with friends and family, and the Biden administration did absolutely nothing to deport these people. You know, as the president says, we didn't need new laws. We needed a new president to fix this. And today, with Governor Glenn Youngkin and a task force, we started it February 25th. And in less than a month, they have captured so many of these MS-13 gang members. Laura, their techniques and what they were doing with state, local, federal partnerships hasn't been done.
People are watching this tonight and they're saying, how on earth could this have happened? Not only this, which was significant, obviously 24 years of age, very young and very vicious, but then you have these people in Massachusetts that ICE has rounded up, these child predators and rapists who, you know, excuse me, Mayor of Boston and the governor of Massachusetts, like, oh, no, we're tough on criminals. These people are just walking about the streets free as a bird until you guys actually got them.
They are.
It's insane.
They are. So this task force is DEA, FBI, U.S. Marshals working with ICE, all working hand in hand, sharing data. And that's how we were able to catch this guy. One of the agents said, if you want to rock MS-13 to its core, arrest him.
Wow.
That shows how bad he was. He was one of the top leaders, and he was living half an hour from where we're sitting right now, living among us.
How did he get that high up in the organization if he's only 24 years of age? You know?
He's been in it for a decade. A decade, this guy has been in MS-13.
Think he's murdered anyone?
I think he's probably been involved in murders. More to come on that. They found letters. They found writings that show he was one of the top leaders for the whole country, showing MS-13 cliques, which mean gangs, spread throughout this nation. Again, we took one of the worst off the streets today. Americans are safer because of Donald Trump.
When can we expect federal charges, and will you try to deport him to the Supermax prison back in his home country of El Salvador?
Yes, we will try to deport him to El Salvador. Let's send him home. That's where he belongs. You know, he belongs back in that El Salvador prison, and that's where he should go. But you're gonna see a lot more charges on him. He had illegal firearms, of course, 4 to 5 guns. He was living in a middle-class neighborhood.
Did he go to school in that area?
He did when he was younger. He went to school there, which is where he was recruited. And you know what? These schools have been trying to protect kids from law enforcement. And
explain that, and that's still happening in the United States. That logjam has to be broken because they're acting in some cases, not all, but in some cases, with the help of some religious leaders as sanctuaries from you and the FBI and the DHS.
That's right. Kids are being recruited in middle school. They're 13 years old, 14 years old. Yet these schools will not let law enforcement officers in there to educate kids about how horrible gangs are. No longer will that happen. Governor Youngkin and I are going to work together on that, and we are going to get into these schools. No longer will these schools be keeping law enforcement from children trying to help them.
There was this other MS-13 character, Cesar Humberto Lopez Larios, many names. He was arrested on terrorism charges last year, but then CNN is reporting that, I guess it was dropped days ago, that he was back to El Salvador, sent back to the Supermax prison. But is it a mistake to have sent him there? I think there are a couple instances where maybe they weren't supposed to be sent there.
The people who have been deported, who are being housed in El Salvador, should be there. 261 people total went on that plane, and that's 261 reasons why Americans are safer tonight.
What are you going to do about these nationwide injunctions, and what is your message tonight to Congress, specifically members of the U.S. Senate and House, but Republicans and Democrats, who like to leave town on Thursday night, tonight? And they leave, and they're going to be gone for 2 weeks in April. When you still have a lot of key people not in top positions, What is your message to them tonight?
We do. We need these people, of course.
Should they be taking a recess for 2 weeks?
Of course not. Laura, we need to get all of it. Donald Trump needs all of his nominees to be confirmed, to be in office for public safety reasons, for all of the reasons we've been talking about. There are so many nominees that we have to get confirmed. We have a lot coming up, and we've got to get them in office to help keep America safe.
I think Thune's trying to do his best, but they have to have unanimous consent from the Democrats in order to fast track these. And because Schumer's under attack from the left, he's like, I'm not giving you a thumbs up on any of these people. So it's having to go through this laborious process. But if you keep people through the weekends, let's say you know this town, you keep people through a couple weekends, what does that do to them?
Yeah, they cave.
They break.
The Democrats will break, and Republicans are tougher. We know that, and Senator Thune's been great. I mean, he's been fabulous. But we've got to keep people here. We've got to get people in office.
What's happening with this Las Vegas Tesla criminal who he was arrested? And now federal charges have been filed against him. This was something that was needed, given everything we're seeing happening to those dealerships and those cars across the country.
That was remarkable police work, working with the state police, our FBI. They have been going nonstop on this case. This guy is in custody. Laura, he is facing 5-year minimum mandatory to 20 years in prison. And this was great police work. This guy thought he got away with it. So these people better look out. They better cut it out, because we are coming after you. And at my direction, there will be no negotiating on these people.
No plea deals.
We are seeking 20 years in prison. They are setting off bombs, the huge fires. Look what you're seeing, huge, massive fires in residential neighborhoods.
Someone's going to get killed.
Charging stations. Someone is going to get killed. A citizen is going to get killed. And these people, we are not doing any plea negotiations on them. So they better cut it out.
We have some information about the groups that he belonged to, this individual. Let's watch.
But a preliminary assessment of the suspect's social media activity indicates some very loose but self-proclaimed ties to the Communist Party USA social media group, as well as social media groups called Revolutionary Communist International, Hidden Palestine, Palestine Action, and a variety of other social media groups.
I mean, this is like a cliche of every left-wing communist, socialist, Hamas.
Right. We are looking at, in all of these cases, every aspect, we are not going to leave a stone unturned.
So the messages are going out,
these people,
Madam Attorney General, from these groups. Get busy. Get busy, meaning terrorize people. People are terrorized driving down the road in a car that they worked hard for. They feel terrorized.
They do, and we're looking at how these people learned to make these bombs. We're looking at every aspect of these cases, and we are coming after you, and we will find you if you have done this to a Tesla owner, a Tesla dealership, anything to do with Tesla. We're going to find you. And that today was proof of it.
Judge Beryl Howell is an Obama appointee district judge, I believe in the District of D.C., District of Columbia, and is extremely upset at what he thinks is a series of attacks by the DOJ on the judiciary, saying when the DOJ engages in this rhetorical strategy of ad hominem attack, the stakes become much larger than only the reputation of the targeted federal judge. This strategy is designed to impugn the integrity of the federal judicial system. I guess the DOJ lawyers wanted to remove Judge Howell from the case, citing other what they believed were biased comments. Your reaction to Judge Howell tonight?
We do. Many judges need to be removed. Judge Howell included, Judge Reyes, Judge Boasberg. These judges obviously cannot be impartial. They cannot be objective. They are district judges trying to control our entire country, and they're trying to obstruct Donald Trump's agenda.
And Judge Boasberg is a busy judge. He was assigned to the Signal Gate, which is such a ridiculous name, but the Signal Chat case, which is a lawsuit filed by parties, which I'm not sure they have standing to file, but President Trump calls it disgraceful that this judge, again, who's ruled against you on the Tren de Aragua deportations, is now assigned to the Signal case.
Yes.
Your reaction tonight to that?
Laura, he has multiple cases. I guess it's a wild coincidence against Donald Trump and our administration, and now he has the Signal case. He shouldn't be on any of these cases. He cannot be objective. He's made that crystal clear. You know, these judges are taking personal attacks, too, at many of the cabinet secretaries and these judges across the country. And again, they think they have authority, but it's going to be short-lived because these cases are going to get to the Supreme Court very fast. We're doing everything we can.
CNN is their Ellie Honig. Sometimes it's fair, but mostly biased. So you guys have to open up a Signalgate investigation at DOJ. Watch this.
So Pam Bondi has been MIA. There is no indication that she's going to open an investigation here. And by the way, when she was up for a confirmation as AG, you remember, one of the concerns is, would she be able to exercise independence? She told the Senate, absolutely, I will be completely independent. There's no reasonable prosecutor who could look at this and say it doesn't even need to be investigated.
Your response to your pal there.
Yeah, there's a reason why their ratings are plummeting, because they're putting people like that on TV. Chatter. We could care less what they say. We're going to continue forward on all of these cases.
So this is not a concern of yours, Inspector General, idea of Inspector General investigation or congressional investigation down the road. You are completely confident that this was a mistake and nothing more than that.
We are, and all of our intelligence officials who were on it are confident of that as well.
Do you not know how many Democrats that I know over the years who have been on Signal? Of the highest level Democrats, and is that changing in the government now, though? Is Signal not going to be used, or is it going to be used going forward? Are you aware of it?
I think Signal's a very safe way to communicate. I don't think foreign adversaries are able to hack Signal, as far as I know. And
maybe people just have to keep an eye on their contact list a little bit more carefully going forward. Attorney General Pam Bondi, you were up at what time did you get up this morning?
Got up at about 4.
Oh, 4.
About 4.
Okay.
4.
All right. Well, you don't look any worse for the wear. Thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate it very much.